Now today, it's finally time to show off a new class that we know everyone in the community's been waiting for. So let's roll the trailer for Path of Exile 2, The Last of the Druids.
Here we go, guys. New class revealed. Is it gonna be the dragon?
Well,
Hell
well.
yeah.
What have we got here then?
You lost, fella?
Hey, we're talking to you.
You ready?
I asked you a question.
Holy shit. It's been true.
What's wrong with him?
He's lost his bloody mind.
Here we go. Very new. Man, that looks so sick. Wait for it. It's real! It's a dragon! You can shapeshift into a dragon! What? Oh, let's fucking go. Log in. The last of the dragon, Druid. Hell yeah, that's a new class, man, coming to PoE next week.
I will find you, Eve.
Hell yeah, man, let's
As you can see, the Druid is a shape-shifting elemental spellcaster. After his fellow Druids were destroyed by the King in the Mists, the Druid lost his humanity in the forests of Ogham, where he wandered for years as a beast. Now, finally reawakened, he's determined to find his lost wife and regain his humanity. The Druid has been one of the hardest classes for us to design. As well as having human spells, he has 3 animal forms, and we wanted to make sure that there were interesting combos between all of them. The Druid is our first hybrid strength and intelligence class. That means he needs to have the ability to use spells and attacks. As a human, the Druid typically uses magical staves to harness the powers of the earth and the natural world. One of the first skills you will learn is the ability to create small volcanoes from the earth. This skill spits out balls of magma at your enemies, and will continue to do so for some time. While the volcano is active, turn into an animal and wade into melee range. Many of the skills you use as a human last for a significant period of time, giving you a good chance to turn into an animal and rage out. But how do you turn into an animal, you may ask? Well, the answer is a new weapon type that Druids use, animal talismans. When you equip an animal talisman, you can choose which animal form you would like the talisman to represent. Depending on what you choose, you'll be given that animal's basic attack as a new skill to equip. For a bear, that's
cool.
Maul. To turn into a bear, simply use the skill. Your character will instantly transform into a bear and attack. If you want to change back to a human, just cast a spell.
Where did
You'll
dragon
instantly swap back and cast it. We wanted to make sure that swapping between forms was seamless and immediate. Changing forms should be something that you do without even thinking about it all the time in battle. In order to allow for hybrid melee and caster gameplay, most of the skills you use in your human form last for some time and aid your animal skills in some way. The volcano we used earlier will emit more molten balls whenever you hit it with a slam, making it perfect for use with your bear form's furious slam.
Man, the combination potential here is so crazy. Let's go.
Form, many of your abilities use rage. There are a lot of ways to generate rage, but the easiest one is simply smash your enemies with Maul. Once you see the runes on your back glowing, it means you have enough rage to do a much more devastating version of your furious slam.
Close to Riker, boys. Move.
Your bear form can also go on a rampage, stomping the ground as you demolish your foes. The more rage you have, the longer the rampage lasts, and doing it over a volcano makes it even better.
The combo potential.
As you consume rage, your bear form will generate endurance charges, and these can be used with skills like Ferocious Roar. Ferocious Roar is a warcry that empowers your subsequent attacks to break your opponent's armor. The more endurance charges you have when you use it, the more empowered attacks you will gain. But Ferocious Roar has another special feature too. It's a meta gem that allows you to socket any warcry gem from another class into it, giving you the ability to use these skills as a bear. Use the Warrior's Infernal Cry skill to make your enemies explode.
Boom.
Or
This
use
Druid is not
Seismic Cry to
afraid.
stun your enemies and double up the number of slams you do.
How are we transforming into the dragon?
You can even use it with Ancestral Call, a skill that turns you into the fire god Cow.
Yeah.
Ever wondered what the Karui god of war would look like if he was a bear? Well, wait no longer.
You smashed it.
Finally, build up enough rage and you can use one of the bear's ultimate abilities, Walking Calamity. This skill summons a storm of fire around you for some time, while generating even more rage to power your other abilities. A true bear apocalypse. Now the bear is known for being a slower and more
The
lumbering
bear
animal,
apocalypse.
with slower attacks and heavy slams. But what if you want to turn into something a little more nimble? Well, let's check out the second animal form for the Druid, wolf form. For the wolf form, we wanted to go fast and furious. Even just the wolf's
Shred.
basic attack will leap forward and rake his foes. After attacking, the wolf stands up on 2 legs, but after running for a short time, he goes back on all 4s, packs of enemies. The wolf has a lot of cold attacks based on his association with the moon, and the first of these is Lunar Assault. It's great for freezing your enemies in place. After they're frozen,
Yes.
use your basic rake attack to knock shards of ice off your enemies, which land on the ground nearby and explode. If you want to get into battle quickly, you can use your pounce attack. This skill leaps at a target and applies a mark to them. Killing the marked enemy will summon a wolf minion to your side, allowing them to fight with you.
Now look at the small guy.
Mark and kill as many enemies as you can to build up a sizable pack. While an enemy is
But
marked,
it's
your
uncapped?
wolves will prioritize that target and do more damage the more wolves you have. So make sure you keep your pack strong.
The
Now,
lone
one
wolf
problem
dies.
you might run into is your wolf pack dying in boss fights.
But the pack
You often
survives.
don't have any enemies that you can mark and kill in order to regenerate your pack. To deal with this problem, you can use Cross Slash. Cross Slash jumps backwards and does a vicious double slash. Any marks on your target explode and triggers their abilities. This allows you to pounce to mark an enemy and then summon a wolf even without killing it. Cross Slash also has another feature though. Remember those ice fragments from before? Well, Cross Slash will propel any ice shards on the ground towards its central target. First, freeze your enemies with Lunar Assault. Then rake them to create as many ice fragments as you can. Then follow up with Cross Slash to generate a field of icy explosions to obliterate your enemies.
Sick. So it's like bear is fire and the wolf is cold. And dragon is everything.
And finish them off. Just like with the bear's
W.
raw skill earlier that allows you to use skills from other classes, Pounce is also a meta gem that you can socket mark skills from other classes into. So for example, you might want to try adding Freezing Mark from the Monk to Pounce. After pouncing at an enemy, Cross Slash to explode the mark and gain extra cold damage for a time.
This guy gonna one-shot you.
Wolf has many other ways to go all in on cold though. Using the Arctic Howl Warcry will allow you to add cold damage and chilled ground to any slam, while buffing your pack of wolves as well. You can also use it to freeze enemies that are close to being frozen, making it much faster to use your other combos. Finally, the wolf also has the ability to call down the power of the moon to transform into an Arctic werewolf with Lunar Blessing.
The power of
In
the
this
moon.
form, you move and attack more quickly and deal extra cold damage. Consuming Rage will extend the duration of your Arctic wolf form, so you could try a hybrid bear and wolf build if you want to utilize the skill to its full effect.
That looks so cool.
Alright, let's talk about the third form available to the Druid.
Here we
and
go.
I think it's a cool one. The Wyvern. The
Dragon.
Wyvern has a number of long-range breath abilities. But that doesn't mean you can't get into melee range when you want to.
Dude, look at the guy.
The basic
What?
attack of the Wyvern is Rend. Jump forward into combat and slash your enemies with your lethal talons.
Dang.
If they're close to being
Who
stunned,
expected this?
you can blow them off balance with a blast from your wings, causing an explosion of damage. After the battle though, it's time to feed. Devour the corpses of monsters to create power charges, and this is when the Wyvern's abilities really come online.
Holy.
When using Rend, you can consume a power charge to charge
Yes.
up your wings with lightning. Not only does this do a bunch of damage, but it allows
Dude,
you to
that
turn
looks
this
so
melee
cool.
skill into a much larger AoE attack. Once your wings are charged, your Wing Blast will also do lightning explosions for even more damage. If your enemies are close to death, no need to wait for them to actually die. When you see this blue marker, just devour them alive. Fresh meat is much tastier after all.
Fresh meat.
Alright, so those are some melee options, but how about range? Well, you wouldn't be much of a dragon if you couldn't breathe fire after all.
Yes.
Rolling Magma is the first of the Wyvern's breath attacks. Spit balls of fire that bounce along the ground. These balls will trigger volcanoes as well, so it's a good idea to cast one as a human right before you start spitting.
Hell yeah.
But that's not all you can spit. You have something a little nastier in that gullet of yours. Spitting a barrage of oil at your enemies will cover them in a viscous sludge that makes them easier to ignite. If you have power charges though, plant your wings in the ground and vomit a barrage of lightning-infused projectiles. The more power charges you
That
have,
gameplay looks
the
sick.
longer you can do this for. But make sure you keep your foes at range. You're vulnerable to melee attacks while channeling this skill. In order to help with that, let's take a quick diversion back to some of your human abilities. As a Druid of Scoth, you have the ability to harness the power of nature to create entangling vines to slow down your enemies. Another of nature's punishments is the thunderstorm. Creating one of these will create periodic strikes of lightning from the sky, and will also make your enemies wet. Why is that useful? Well, of course, things that are wet are easier to shock.
That's right.
Use it with lightning damage from your Wyvern form to enhance your damage. Making things wet
I love
also
how
makes
he
them
jumps
easier to
back.
freeze, so it works nicely with your wolf form as well. And you know what else likes water? Plants. Water your plants to give them various extra abilities. Use Lightning Storm with Entangle to make them last longer, and attach more vines to each enemy, slowing them further.
Of course.
Summon Thrashing Vines to slam at your enemies for a time. Any that are created in water will be larger and deal more damage. Now then, with our
Man.
enemies sufficiently subdued with our plants, time to really lay into them with our lightning-infused
They're
barrage.
cooking.
Now, this last Wyvern ability is just ridiculous, but we felt like we had to do it. Use Flame Breath to take to the skies and rain down a stream of fire on your enemies.
Fly.
You have wings, so
Yes.
you have to take full advantage of them after all.
Yo,
So
you can
fly around and burn in it.
Yo, it even burns all the grass. Look at this. It changes the environment. Oh my god. The
Now, there are a few
Druid.
other skills we didn't cover, but there's one in particular that I think will open up a lot of builds. Spell Totems. Spell Totems are meta gems that let you create a totem that will automatically cast any spell in the game for a time. In order to create one, you will need to spend 3 endurance or 3 power charges. You could use them to throw fireballs, summon comets, or shower the area in lightning. Really, the options are kind of endless. Your bear form can easily generate endurance charges by consuming rage, and your wyvern form can easily create power charges by eating corpses. So it's pretty easy for the druid to get the charges needed.
Yes,
But they're also
man.
available from quite a few other places as well. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of different spellcaster classes thinking about how best to
Hell
take
yeah,
advantage
man.
of
Looking
these.
forward to play this. What?
Now, of course, along with a new class
Log
comes a bunch
in.
of new support gems. We've
Support
added over
gem,
30 new
endgame,
supports
everything.
throughout the game, but I'll show you a few of the cooler ones here. Fan the Flames can be added to any wind skill to spread fire from one ignited enemy to the other enemies behind them. It's great for the Wyvern's Wing Blast, but you can also use it on many other classes with wind skills, like the Twisters on the Huntress, or the Monk's Staggering Palm Projectiles. Accelerated growth causes extra explosive plants to erupt from the ground whenever you grow plants with rain. And Advancing Storm changes storm skills like your Thunderstorm or Tornado to move across the battlefield. It's great for watering plants en masse, or to turn tornadoes into a real disaster by sucking up multiple ground effects as they travel along.
Dang,
And the
dude.
Sorceress might like to use it with Firestorm as well.
Upgrade for all classes.
Echoing Cry causes your Warcry skills to echo. They will repeat a couple more times with a delay after you use them, giving you more empowered attacks. Use it for the Druid's animal form Warcries, or on the Warrior for a nice power boost.
Herald of Plants. We need that.
Grounding Shocks causes monsters you shock to turn into living Tesla coils, arcing lightning to nearby enemies. You could use it with your empowered wings for an
That
extra
dragon
damage
gig is
boost,
fat, dude.
but it's also great with any other shocking skill. Try it out with Lightning Spear. It obviously needed more AoE clear.
Sure it did.
There's a whole pile more, but we'll leave those for you to
Wasn't OP
discover.
enough. Yo, guys, that looks insane, man. Really looking forward to play this. And there's also even more endgame coming to PoE next week. Let's go.
The Shaman. The Shaman channels nature's elemental fury and can harness rage as a spellcaster, unifying his animalistic and magical tendencies. By allocating Druidic Champion, you gain spell damage the angrier you are. And with Furious
Different
Wellspring, you
ascendancies.
generate rage continuously and can spend it to empower your
Shaman
spells.
King.
With the knowledge of the Asmerian Magi, the Shaman can harness untapped power from runes and idols. After allocating Wisdom of the Magi, you will notice that all runes and idols have extra mods only available to the Shaman. These new mods unlock countless new possibilities for
Holy.
enhancing your build. You can also allocate Bringer of the Apocalypse, allowing you to become a walking natural disaster. After dealing enough elemental damage, storms
there's
of
no
all
way.
elements rain around you, destroying all who would face nature's fury. There are other abilities for the Shaman, but I'll just show a few from each class for now. The other Druid ascendancy is the Oracle. The Oracle perfected the power of foresight and utilizes this in combat to gain massive advantage. When taking Fateful Vision, you will see visions of your future self using specific skills. If you decide to follow this path by using the skill yourself, it will do significantly more damage.
They've been cooking. I'm doing a
And
druid.
with
You and
Convergent
everybody
Paths,
else.
at a critical moment in battle when a monster is vulnerable to freeze, stun, or electrocution, the Oracle can use Moment of Vulnerability to see a vision of the enemy's future, and then merge it with the current timeline, allowing him to deal damage to both.
That dude's huge.
And one of my favorites, when you first become an Oracle, you'll notice over 130 new extra passives appear in the Druid section of the tree.
What?
By allocating the Unseen Path, you use your power of foresight to learn from alternate futures and gain skills that would
What?
otherwise be unavailable to you. For example, self-sacrificing allows you to be able to summon more
way.
minions by reducing the spirit costs, with the trade-off of making your reservation skills cost more spirit. Or Corruption Endures, which allows Oracles
The
to have a
skill tree
small
wasn't
chance
big
to
enough.
avoid death.
Passive tree
Both
not
the
big
Druid
enough.
ascendancies offer interesting and unique ways to gain modifiers that no other classes can get.
Wow, look at that
So we're
dragon.
expecting a huge variety of build possibilities from these. Now there are unique talismans for the Druid to use as well. We won't spoil all of them, but this one was particularly cool. Fury of the King turns your bear form into a fire demon,
Look at that.
converting most of your damage to fire.
What?
As a demon, you can also use Molten Crash, a jumping slam attack that leaves fishes
There
around.
sure is a lot of content.
This unique also continuously grants glory, allowing you to use your ultimate abilities more easily. Now, of course, the Druid isn't the only thing we're adding to 040.
Man.
We still have a bunch more to show. With every new release,
This looks absolutely crazy, guys. It's launching next week. Druid. It's not the Fridge 2.0, guys. This Druid is crazy. Let's go.
The palace of Queen Atziri. It is a
Leak
ruin,
mechanic.
but in the dark, machines still churn. The temple has many functions, and with it, a chance to save the Val. A gateway through time. Travel into the past, again and again. Alter the temple, uncover its secrets. You will be rewarded for your sacrifice. And somewhere in the deepest chamber, my queen awaits.
The Queen.
I beg of you, hear me.
Let's
the
see her.
beast cannot give you what you desire.
You may have studied it, Doriani, but you do not know it like I do. It adores me.
They know their target audience.
Come now, give unto me your desire. At
Hardcore players
last,
gonna die.
fulfill my soul.
Right here. A little bit distracted. Fate of the Bar, guys. Log in next week. Holy moly.